everybody, welcome back to another episode of Fabric 5. In between episodes here, I went ahead, finished up the house. It actually has a back now. It even has most of an interior. So let's go ahead. We'll poke our head inside. You see it's very, very beautiful. The upstairs isn't complete yet, but we're almost there. The downstairs is looking pretty good at least. So I've gone ahead and started making rooms for each mod. So over here we have a Tech Reborn room, which I know we kind of started early, and we made this electric furnace and grinder, and we got all of these copper cables and the solar panels going. But we didn't really progress too much further since then. So that might be something that we'll want to get taken care of soon, since that's going to be a very useful mod. And here's all of the AE2 stuff. So I want to have basically like server racks right here. So there's going to be 8 Emmy drives in each of these openings. And have all of the energy cells back here. And there's this other pretty neat mod here. So white concrete wall, right? Wrong, it's a door. So that's going to be super convenient to get into this little, I don't know, server room for all the back end AE2 stuff. With that in mind, we will be running out of channels very shortly. So we're going to need to craft up an Emmy Controller, which I think I might actually have the stuff for. Oh, nice. I do. So we're going to need that. And we're also going to need some of these hovered cables. What I actually want is the smart cables. So eventually these dense ones would be nice, but we don't quite need that yet. Instead we just need this guy, which I should also be able to make. Nice. So let's just convert all of those into smart cables real quick. Let's see, let's start with a nice blue. I think if we do that, yep, that will give us blue. Yeah, I got 4 left over. That's okay. Actually, I wonder, how do I make the dense cable? Smart dense cable. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so what this will do will give us 32 channels coming out of the Emmy Controller. Well, these will only give us 8. So if we grab our ME controller, we're just going to place it here temporarily. We're going to use our single dense smart cable and pop in this one instead. And if we hook it up like so, let's actually move this up here. And then we can remove that one. We needed that one, didn't we? That was tying everything together a bit. Okay, we'll deal with it. Then we can cover these back up. And now, oh, we're missing one more. One more. Okay, if we look at here, now it's blue. So this terminal will always match the color of the network it's on. So that's super convenient. And we can cover it back up too with that panel. Okay, cool. Well, that is one step done. So we have multiple channels now. So that's a good start. I've got 3 different colors in here. So we've got our blue with 3 channels on it. I've got light blue, which doesn't have any channels on it yet, and this white one without any channels yet either. But that will set us up very well for getting all of these drives in, and we'll be ready to go in just a second here to add some more channels in. And I've also added the storage monitors, so we can see a few different items within our storage at a quick glance. So like right now, I got 68 diamonds and 23 copper ingots. And now we need to make these guys, this advanced inscriber. So it's basically an inscriber, but it's part of the AE2 things mod. And this will make inscribing a lot more convenient because it lets you actually stack stuff properly within the inscriber. And the crystal growth chamber allows us to take all of our different seeds, uses an actual proper inventory system. So if we place these down into this network for now, we can see that they are both online, and this will allow me to actually put stacks of stuff in here. So if we grab something like some silicon, which normally you can only put one of these into the press. So here's the press. Try and put in a stack, it does one. That's not very useful. But now if we put in a stack, it takes the whole stack and will output this directly into our Emmy system. So we can see that that is going to be putting in all of these printed silicon. So that's super convenient. And this is similar. If we have some seeds, let's craft up a few of them. Oops. So let's grab like a stack of those, and I don't have any flux dust. We'll just grab an extra stack of this guy instead. And if we pop those inside of the crystal growth chamber, we can see how they're already going. And as soon as these are done and they've become the actual, what is it called? The pure quartz? Nah, just Certus quartz crystal. We'll see that we'll have a whole bunch more Certus quartz crystal in here. Okay, so what are we doing? We got a bunch of AE2 stuff set up. Where are we going with that? We need to get into autocrafting. So let's pop open and we'll go to AE2. So we just finished these up. Ooh, chocolate. Grab our random rewards. Oh, I actually have one of those, but would have been convenient a little bit sooner. Oh well. Iron watering can. That completed another quest. So let's see. We need to work our way over here today. So we'll probably, yeah, we'll need all of these. I don't know how expensive these are going to end up. So we might only be able to craft these 1K ones today. Yeah, so these use a 1K ME storage component. And these will probably use the 4K. Yep, that makes sense. And a crafting unit. Okay, so we're going to have to make up all of these. So an Emmy pattern provider. Formation core, annihilation core, some crafting table, some iron. That's easy enough. Oops. And we have the Emmy interface. So that's similar, but we're using glass now instead. Molecular assembler. So kind of combination of both of those. Oh, this is quartz glass though. That's important to remember. I think I have a fair amount of that. And the crafting unit itself. So this is kind of the main building block for everything. Okay, that's not too bad, but it definitely means I think the first auto crafting setup will be for making a bunch of these 1K Emmy storage units, because these are kind of annoying to do. Now it is time to craft up our first auto crafting setup. So first we are going to need all sorts of these crafting units. I believe for the most basic computer, we're not going to need a co-processing unit yet, but we might make one anyways. So we're going to need a pattern provider. We're going to need a molecular assembler. Eventually, we'll want a bunch of these. We're going to need a crafting storage. So we need 1K. So let's go ahead and make this guy. Excellent. And we can make that. Oh, what am I missing? Oh, I need more crafting units. So let's craft up like 4 of those for now, since that is what I can afford. And we have our first actual CPU. We got that guy. We've got some crafting units. Let's make a crafting monitor, since those are just handy. And I am missing a storage monitor. So we need some illuminated panels. Cool, illuminated panels. We need an Emmy level emitter. Okay, that used our last, what was that one? The calculation processor, I think it is. Now we can make the storage monitor, and then we can make the crafting monitor. if we have the materials, let's make one co-processing unit 2. You know what? We'll make one more molecular assembler as well. Okay, so we got the basics. Let's go set up our first process. We can start building our first processing unit now. So first of all, we're going to need our 1K crafting storage unit. I like to have a crafting monitor. We're also going to need this co-processing unit. That way we can use 2 molecular assemblers. And the next step is to actually put together these molecular assemblers. So we want to make sure we have these on 2 sides of the pattern, the pattern provider. That's what it is. And then we'll have to put a pattern in here. So just to make sure the system is working, we'll do some really, really simple pattern. So first we need to look at A2, be less stuff to look at. So I need a bunch of these blank patterns. So let's go ahead and craft up a few of those. And we're also going to want a pattern access terminal and a pattern encoding terminal. So let's see if we have what we need to make those. So I need another ME crafting terminal, which I don't have the stuff for. So I'll be right back when I do. Grab this pattern access terminal, and we have an encoding terminal. So what I want to do now is actually swap these out. Oh, that's not what we want. How do I do that? There we go, empty hand. So actually we need to completely remove these. Those are wrong. So now we want to add in, I think I'm gonna do the pattern encoding terminal over here and the pattern access terminal right there. So now that we have this encoding terminal, we can put in all of these blank patterns. And let's start with something super duper simple. Let's see, what do we have for logs? So we've got some oak logs. Or pop that in, the rest back in here. Oak planks come out, write that pattern, done. So now this will go and live in the pattern provider. And if we go into here, we can see that, yep, then that pattern provider set up with those molecular assemblers. Now if we turn this into craftable, that's liquids. All right, craftable, we can craft some oak planks. So let's say we want to craft 100. Look at that, we have CPU number 1. Eventually we'll want to name these so that we can keep track of which one's which. But we can see that we requested 101, so to craft 104, since it's going to be a multiple of 4, we need 26 logs. So let's go ahead and press start. And we can see that it's thinking about it, and it's crafting them all. Nice, so that system's working. So now we can set up something a little bit more complicated. Got 2 more recipes in here now for a bronze gear and a copper gear. So those are a little bit more complicated. So if we request 11 of them, which I know I don't have enough materials for, will tell us what we actually need. So that's super convenient. And obviously, like, these cannot be crafted. These have to be put into a compressor. So that's going to take a little bit of a different process. So let's see if we can make 4 of them. Nope, we are still missing the bronze bolts. So maybe we can make 3. Yes, we can make 3. So we can go ahead and start that. And that was super quick. So kind of missed it, but it's done. And we can do the same thing for copper gears now. So let's make 3 of those as well. Oh, we don't have enough of these. So we'll make 2. Nope, we won't. We'll make 1. So that's how we do that now. A little bit more convenient than having to manually craft everything. Next, we need to set up a process. So right now, if this was normal crafting, if you put a copper ingot into a crafting table, you get copper nuggets. But what we actually want is copper plates. So if we change to processing mode and create our template, now we can go put this with a crafting terminal by one of our machines, and we can use the machine to get an input of the copper ingot and an output of the copper plate. So let's go set that up. To set up this copper plate compressing operation, we're going to need our pattern provider again. Place that right on top of the compressor. Put our pattern in. And we need to put our ME interface. Let's put it right here for now. And then we need to take our item pipes. Go ahead and place those like this. So we need one for input and one for output. And turn, sounds right, so that needs to be output. I'm going to set both of these to blacklist, just because that will be slightly more convenient in the long run. Nice. So now what needs to happen is this needs to get hooked up all the way to the ME system over here. So I'll do that real quick. I've cleared out all of the existing copper plates so we can make sure this is actually working. So let's go ahead and request 10 of them. Go ahead and start that up. And we got 10 in the crafting monitor here. And now it's down to 9. So that should be working. Yeah, we got 1 copper plate in our inventory. So that'll take a little bit since the compressor is quite a bit slower than just crafting something in the molecular assembler. But that's excellent. Like, Brad is knocking on the door. Hey, Brad. That is quite the outfit. What is that? Use these. Oh, interesting. What are these? Summoning staffs. Okay. Okay, let's see if this works. Looks like that does not work. Yeah, not sure what's up with this. Brad told me I could actually keep it, so I want to see how this actually works. So I believe we just right click. Okay. Now, so that just makes it teleport directly to me. That's super convenient. Where to go? Oh, it's not there. Yeah, that's super convenient. I think it's time to close out this episode. So thanks for watching. If you liked it, hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. See you guys in the next one.